Hello, friends. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is doing well. Your weekend is off to a great start. Mine certainly is. And I'm so glad to see so many of you folks joining me tonight. Already got 40 folks in the house, so that is fantastic. I've got the Matches Memorial Friday Savinelli with Haunted Bookshop, which of course is traditional at this point. Probably don't have to tell you what I'm smoking at the beginning, but it's a great way to start the show and to kick off the weekend. Let me just get this relit. So who do we have in tonight? Already up to 40. That's amazing. We got, let's see, Piper on the 45, Pondering with Pepe's Pipes, Pensive Piper, JMZ 56, Smoking Fireman. Hello to all of you guys. Great for you to join us tonight. Portsmouth Piper, Tim Dancing Queen Fournier. Good to see you, Tim. Got some 2020 mix in his Black Meerschaum. Paul the Piper. Hello, Paul. Everett Young. Ian Astad. Good to see you, Robert. The Progress Piper, formerly known as Mick. See, I've already forgotten. Oh, Aussie E-Pipe. Good to see you, Mick. Good to see you tonight. Big Country Briar, how you doing, Cole? Armchair Piper, hello, Ed. Thor's Axe. AZ Hawk 516, good to see you. Jeffers 58, Steve Russell. Bob Kraus. Fantastic. Welsh Piper 62, good morning to you, sir. And to the cold UK from the cold Pennsylvania of the USA. Texas Piper, hey there, Eddie. Bona Piper, good to see you, Christian. Little Fat Morgan. Yes, Tim, I'm going to do the hustle. Zippo765, loading the Haunted Bookshop in the 673 himself. Good for you. And Signalman Tony from Rhode Island. Hello, Tony. WKR Piper in Cincinnati. Hello, Odie. Fantastic. Great crowd already. Always a great crowd. So, I have not had a chance to get my drink sorted yet. I am going to be having one of these Sweet Baby Jesuses. Jesus. Is there a plural of Jesus? Is Jesuses the plural of Jesus? I probably shouldn't be talking about this. I bought a 6-pack of this for the holidays, and I drink so little these days that by the time I got back to work, I still had 3 bottles. So this is one of 3. It's a wonderful, wonderful beer. If you like the sort of chocolatey porters, this is a chocolate peanut butter porter. Yeah, it's really good. So we will decant. You allowed to say decant with beer? I don't care, I'm going to. And there we go. Popo Piper 4325, hello. Northwest Pipe Smoker, good to see you on the left coast there. Piper said, Pipes and Pours. Phil Rivara, hello Phil. Great to see you tonight. The plural, it may be geez, I don't know. I've never had to pluralize it. Texas Piper's got some Black Irish Twist and a Peterson pot with St. Arnold Guten Tag beer. Very nice. Phil Rivari just had a peanut butter stout a couple weeks ago. Not sure what to think about it. I've had some that I'm in the same boat with you, Phil, but this one is really nice. It's not overdone with the peanut butter and the chocolate, but it's clearly there, and just a really nice porter. Sailor is going to be smoking some Bengal slices in a Briarworks bent pot with some Tito's vodka on the side. Very nice. And smoking Kentucky Piper closing out of chat on his tablet but watching on the TV. Fantastic. Thank you, sir. Dorzax is trying to decide what he's going to smoke. And JMZ56 has got Penzance and the Friday Savinelli. Good stuff. Vegemite Stout doesn't sound good at all there, Mick. The singular and plural are the same like fish and deer. Interesting, Tim. Oh, Paul the Piper did a pinch of White Elephant snuff and he's in some pain. I hope from the snuff, Paul. Armchair Piper's also having some Bengal slices. Oh yeah, Smoothest Jif Chunky does not sound good, Phil. Northwest Pipe Smokers voting for Jesus's. I don't mean to be at all sacrilegious in asking that question. I just really have never needed to pluralize it until just now and never thought about it. So, a couple things I wanted to mention. One is we've got a couple of new moderators that have joined the moderating crew, and I just want to publicly thank them for that. You know, since really the beginning of this, we've had three guys. We've had Bonapiper, Paul the Piper, and Yardism, and they've all done fantastic jobs and have been, you know, really reliable and very helpful. We now have Drop Bear Woodworks, who actually joined towards the end of the year, and I just forgot to say anything about it. So, Glenn, thank you for that. And also Portsmouth Piper, my buddy Mark, has joined as a moderator. And, you know, that might seem excessive, but the way I look at it is you never know who's going to be busy some night or who's going to have to leave early or something. And I'm going to have the coverage just because I just want this to be fun and entertaining for people. So I appreciate you guys doing what you do, and we should be pretty well moderated from here on out. So just don't moderate me, please. Jesus' disciples or Jesus disciples? Yeah, that's another good one. I don't know how to do the possessive either. Everett Young's gonna load up the Friday 7 Ellie with Haunted Bookshop. Good deal, Everett. Pipes and Pours, that's exactly the point. You know, there is just one, but it is a name, so there could be more than one. And if you're extending it to a thing, like this beer is called Sweet Baby Jesus, you can have more than one of those things. So it's not that there's never a need to pluralize it, but I don't know how to do it. But yes, I agree with you. In terms of Christian theology, you don't need to pluralize that. Thor's Axe is trying to decide what to smoke in a new pipe. Oh, Dave must have got a new pipe from Doug. Gotcha. Tuttle Take, how you doing, Greg? Good to see you tonight. Kilted Piper, Steve, and Miss Kathy. Hello there. Good to see you guys tonight. And Ghost Cobb. Great to see you, Sean. Very nice. So the other thing I want to get out of the way before we get into whatever we're going to get into is next week. I do not know what's happening next week, and I'll explain why. So there might be a live stream next week, there might not. And all I can tell you is watch for the post. If there's a post up, then there will be one. The reason being is I've got to get a very, very minor surgical procedure next week, actually on Thursday. They tell me I'll be back to work on Friday. It's not a big deal. And I fully expect to be mobile and everything on Friday. However, I can't lift anything for 6 weeks. So this is actually going to shut down everything that's going on down here in terms of, pipe work and all that kind of stuff. Which is fine, but it's also going to mean I may not be able to do the show because my wife is concerned about steps and all that. Also, a sort of complicating factor is that we have to get our furnace serviced. We've got an annual service scheduled for it. The furnace is right there. I could reach out and touch it if I wanted to, but I might get burnt. So I have to move things around here in order for them to service the furnace, which I believe is happening on Wednesday. And if I don't have enough time to get things back, I won't be able to get things back on Thursday because I will have just had this surgery. So I may not be able to do the show next Friday. That's the bottom line. I'll be back the following Friday, even if I have to get my wife down here to help me, move a few things. It's not like we got to move heavy stuff or anything. It's just a couple of tables and such to support the computer and the camera. So that's the problem. Thank you, folks. I see you all saying quick recovery and so on. Eric. Wonderful news, Eric. So Eric, the blue-collar pipe smoker, is going to be a father Monday at 7 a.m. We'll all be thinking of you and Mrs. Blue Collar and the future baby Blue Collar, Eric. So prayers and best wishes to you, my friend. Oh no, Jim, the dog wouldn't go? That's funny. Thank you. Thank you all who are wishing speedy recovery and all that. And I appreciate you guys that are saying rest. And yeah, I know. But the thing is, this is so minor that I don't know that it's really going to be a problem. I don't want to get into too much information or anything, but it's an umbilical hernia repair, just so you're not worried about it being something more severe. They're doing it robotically. They say it's just going to be a couple of incisions, no more pain than I should have, from a pulled muscle or something like that. And as long as I don't lift anything heavy for 6 weeks, I should have no problems. So, but of course you never know. Yeah, good question, Tom. Have you thought about a name, Eric? We could suggest some. Have you thought about CaneRod Blue Collar? Please don't do that. That'd be terribly embarrassing. I was listening to, I had Willie's Roadhouse on Sirius XM today. I was just in the mood for some classic country. And I heard Johnny Cash, Boy Named Sue, which is a wonderful song. I'm sure you're all familiar with that one. So choose that name carefully, Eric. Hope the baby ate blue. Thanks, Christian. Yeah, everything I've read and everybody that I've talked to about this says it's just going to be no issue. So I'm not worried about it. Owen Thomas, very nice. OPD. It is the name of the day, too. A lake named after you. Good one, Vic. Okay, Cole. Thank you, David. Oh gosh. Hopefully Casper will adjust, Jim. It's dogs can be funny, but they're also very resilient. Tim's second book will be dropping soon. Fantastic. So I'm seeing, I just mentioned that Tim's second book is going to be dropping soon, and I'm looking forward to it. Please keep in mind we're doing the big game spectacular, Super Bowl spectacular. Apparently you can't be sued, Doug. Apparently they changed it. You can't be sued for saying that. But we're doing the Friday before the Super Bowl. We're going to be doing a group tasting of Tim's blend, I Hate Roger Goodell. So anybody that wants to get involved in that, we're going to be doing it as a live thing through probably Google Meets. And Tim and I will work to get samples out to anyone that wants to join us. I mentioned this last time. I haven't gotten any takers. So if you're interested in doing this, please send me an email, canerodpiper@gmail.com, or just leave a comment and we'll get in touch somehow. But this is going to be fun, and it's a chance to try a very unique tobacco named after a very annoying gentleman. So. Okay, and I'll see if I can get an emergency draft written up before Thursday and get that taken care of. Ed wants me to will all my pipes to him because he needs pipes. Paul Johnson, hello. I'm trying to figure out why Doug Owen had faulty potty. Oh, Owen, gotcha. The evil Emperor Roger Goodell. I got to work out some special art for the thumbnail for this, and I don't know if I should use his image or if that's going to get me into trouble. Oh yes, thank you, Kilted Piper Steve and Miss Kathy. There is a big winter storm a-coming. It's not supposed to start here until Sunday, but it's apparently going to be quite an event. Gee, Texas Piper, it's always been my experience that if it's too dry, it burns too fast. So that would be odd. Zippo, where are you, and how would the weather give you overtime? What are you doing up there? I assume you're up there because you said send the weather up this way. Oh, you got it. You got an image already, Tim. Fantastic. Thank you, Tim. Oh, Eric. That's a good point, Piper, on the 45. We don't want to have to force Ed to move again or possibly have to put on an extension or something. And Big Dave wants snow in southern Arizona. Oh, crispy dry Irish twist. Oh, Rivara, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you indeed. That's very kind of you. And I hope I just played a foghorn because I've lost track of which is the foghorn and which is the clarabelle horn. Muncie, Indiana. Okay, drives a plow truck for the county. Oh yeah, so and you've only had one snow in India. Wow, that's been mild so far then. That's interesting, Doug. So you think if it's packed extremely loose, it would be hard to keep lit? I would think it would actually burn faster because you'd be getting more airflow through it. But I guess when you're not puffing, it could go out more easily because there's not something close by for it to catch to. Yeah. Snow would be from Colombia. Could also be, if it's the twist, it could be how you're cutting it, Eddie. If you're cutting it too thick, you might try, cutting thinner coins if that's how you're doing it. Yeah, too tight's not good either, Tim. Can't be too loose or too tight. It's got to be just right. Oh, you mean really loose. Okay, gotcha, Doug. Four to 6 inches with freezing rain on top Sunday. Yeah. Oh, in southern Arizona, the snow is from Colombia. Gotcha, Tim. Gotcha. Yeah, so we actually, because of this thing that I'm doing next week on Thursday, I'm not going to be able to run the snowblower or do any snow shoveling or anything like that. So we've got a snowblower, and I think I might have talked about this already. I know I've talked to folks about it. I don't know if I talked about it on a video. But we've got a 22-year-old snowblower. We bought it in 2000, so whatever that translates to, that's 21 or 22 years now. I can still start the thing and run it. It's probably because we don't have, the winters here are not that bad. We get snow, but I probably only have to run the snowblower maybe 4 or 5 times a year in a really bad year. Now there are times when we'll get a couple feet of snow, so I'm really putting it through a workout when I do that. But for the most part, it's usually 2 to 6 inches, and the snowblower just eats through it, no problem. So I love it. It's gas powered. I have no issues with it, but my wife just can't start it. I don't think she's strong enough. She says she doesn't have long enough arms to pull the starter. Anyway, she can't. I can start it with one pull. She cannot start it. So we had to fix that because I'm not going to be able to deal with the snow. So Phil's suggesting I get one of the moderators to take care of it. Not a bad idea. So I think I got it, Tim. I'm just afraid to think too much about it. The Colombian snow. I know you're not talking about weather. Yeah, and Eddie, you're right. I've got nice neighbors, and they would certainly help. I mean, I've helped them in the past, and everything. Yes, that's a possibility. The yoga class across the street. Ah, you remembered that, huh? Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility, but you know, you just never know what's going to happen. And we live right across the street from a school, so we have to keep things clear, assuming they let the kids go to school, because now they're canceling it before it even snows. But anyway, we had to get something that my wife could start and could maneuver. So we couldn't get a big gas monster that she wouldn't be able to start. And I thought maybe we'd get an electric start model, but the truth is there just isn't a lot of selection right now. I guess they're all sitting on, you know, freight boxes on ships somewhere because, you know, COVID. So we're pretty limited in our selection, and we actually wound up buying something that I never thought I would buy, which is an electric snowblower. It's battery powered. It's by a company called Evo, I think, EVO. And I looked at it, I read all the specs, I read some reviews, I talked to the guy at Ace Hardware for quite a bit. We went to a couple of other places and looked at them. And I think for what we need for, you know, the lighter snow, this is actually going to be okay for her. And I'm keeping the old one. So I'll, you know, once I'm healed up, I'll be able to use that. But, you know, for a quick light snow, this might not be a bad option. It starts, you know, it's amazing. You just push the button and it's on, and you just go with it. So I was not thrilled with the idea of getting an electric snowblower. Honestly, I don't like the idea, but this seems pretty convenient, and the technology certainly has come a long way. So I'll let you know how it works. Yeah, you know, oddly enough, Thorzax, the 15-year-olds just don't seem to be interested in shoveling snow. We've tried that. 1 to 3 inches means a blizzard. Paul, I know you would, buddy. I know you would. Buy my wife longer arms. Oh, you're talking about the snowblower. I thought you were talking about the Colombian snow. Let me see. In southern Arizona, the snow is from... Oh, did I get the snowblower? Oh, yes. Yeah, I answered that question. Sorry, Tim, I'm a little slow. Doug doesn't get the Columbia reference. I'll let Tim explain it. I'm not going green, Tim. That's a lie. Yeah, I don't have a garden tractor, Phil. I would really like to do that, but that's in the future. Okay, Paul. I'm just going to leave that alone. Yeah, Zippo, it seems that way. I think the big issue is going to be, like, if we're getting a heavy snow, we're going to have to do it every couple hours, because if it gets to a foot or so, this just isn't going to handle it. Yeah, Jim, I'm with you. I can drive in the snow. You know, I grew up driving in the snow, and but there's two problems with that. One is the school requires that I have the sidewalks cleared off, so I got to do that. The other problem is it's not my driving, it's the other idiots out there driving that cause the problem. I'm not going to get an electric car, Tim. Oh, Phil, how would that work? Would you drive it cross country for me, or would I have to fly out there and drive it cross country? Thanks for the offer, buddy. No, Before I retire, my plan is, so right now, I'm one of those lazy folks that pays a guy to mow his lawn, because there's nothing better than sitting out on the back patio on a Saturday or Sunday and smoking a cigar and watching all your neighbors mow their lawn, which is wonderful. But when I retire, I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to get a lawn tractor. And my plan is to get something that I can hook up to a small plow and just be able to at least do the driveway that way, and see where it goes. They also make, I think they make actual blower attachments for the lawn tractors, but haven't looked into it yet. But that's the plan for down the road. This was just, we had to get something this week, and because we got the snow coming in, we don't know how long that's going to last, and so we had to get it this week, and we'll see how it goes. That would work, Thorzax. That would work. Yeah, I know, Tom. 1 to 3 inches. Everybody deals with different amounts of snow differently. A roundabout in front of the school. Good one, Phil. I lived in Georgia for 6 years, Tom, and we'd get a dusting of snow and it would just shut things down because people didn't know how to drive. That was the problem. And they didn't do anything to the roads. So first time this happened, I said, well, heck, this is nothing. I'm going to go to work. I can drive on this. And I got up onto one of the main roads and I did a full 360 because it had just turned to black ice. And they just don't care because they just shut down when there's any sign of snow. And the weird thing is, by 11 o'clock, it's gone. It's like as soon as the sun comes up and gets a little bit warm, it's gone. And yeah, Georgia was an interesting place to live. Eight to 24 inches, just get a dusting. Is that the way it works, Cole? Yeah, Everett, I saw some of your pictures on Instagram, buddy. You're dealing with some cold, man. Everett's posted, it's minus 21 today. I don't know if I'm going to go for my walk. And I'm like, I wouldn't even open the door if it was minus 21 Celsius. Ron Hardcrackers, how you doing, Ron? Didn't see you come in. Well, that's not a bad place to be, Mick. If you just need a toothbrush to sweep away the snow, that's nice. You get all the benefits of having that little white covering on the lawn and stuff and saying, oh, look, it's pretty, and then it's gone. Nice. Paul, I think if you're asking about Atlanta, it's not worth it to them. It happens so infrequently that they'd rather just shut everything down for maybe 2 or 3 days a year. That's cheaper than having the crew and paying for the trucks and the grit and everything else. Tim, that is slander or libel, whichever of those applies. I do not have any pictures of Al Gore. But if I did have a picture of Al Gore smoking a pipe, I'd be interested in that. All right, Phil. Yeah, hope you can get back, but if not, you have a great weekend, buddy. Yeah, Jim, I've thought about that. Florida, going to Florida, there's a lot of good there, but I do like seasons. 24 feet of snow? Wow. That is amazing, Tom. Yeah, that would be tough to keep open for sure. It was cold this morning when I went for my walk. Everett, that is like a huge understatement. No, Robert, I'm in Pennsylvania. Southeastern Pennsylvania. It's about an hour above Philadelphia. Oh, it's plenty of entertainment, Zippo, for sure. Can't drive in Atlanta when it's not snowing. You got that right, Night Piper. Sorry if any of you guys are Atlanteans, but it was a interesting place to live when it came to driving. Sweet Muffins Mafia, how you doing, buddy? I don't know if that's true there, Mark. Plow drivers are all city garbage truck drivers. I think here we've actually got some actual people whose job it is to drive a plow truck. They probably do something else off season. Case of defamation of character, slander is verbal, libel is written. This could technically be both if you have a sharp attorney. Are you available, Doug? For my big suit against Tim Fournier for his defamation of character. That's a good one, Ed. Good to hear it, Sweet Muffins. All right, I think I'm done with the haunted bookshop here. Was wearing old school green and brown frog skin to Cliff the Smoking Ninja. Gotcha, Ron. Yeah, it's a pretty good crowd for sure, Jimmy. Good to see you, Jimmy Digital. Stephen Skip, hello. Good to see you. You got it, Paul Johnson. Patrick Grant, hello there. Windy and chilly in New York City, I'm sure. Oh, darn, Doug. Okay. Well, Tim better watch himself, though. No, Tim's a good guy. I really enjoy Tim, and I would not launch a frivolous lawsuit against him for slander. The Lord our God made this world and wanted us to take care of it. I can't disagree with that, Tim. He wanted us to... That's not the word in the Bible, though. It doesn't say take care of it. It says... And I'm blanking on the word right now. He basically wanted us to have mastery over it. Intentional infliction of emotional distress. Yes, Lord Hogarth. Good point. You do digress, Tim. Oh, you're kidding me, Phil. Thank you. Now got a YouTube video of Al Gore smoking a pipe. If I was a bit more astute, I would pull that up and show it in a box, but I don't know how to do that without spending half a day figuring it out so that I can do it once and then forgetting how to do it. I've got this is a J Mouton billiard, and I got to decide what to smoke in it. I've got two choices, and I'll let you guys help me with this one. Got two. I've just opened both of these tins this week, and one is actually a gift from my buddy Mark, the Bama Guitar Dude. He sent me some of this cobblestone outdoors hiking, and this is a really nice burley flake. Really good stuff. I'm definitely enjoying it. The other is a gift from my buddy Couch, who sent this to me before the holidays, and this is Russellet's Firestorm. This is a really interesting blend. This is Sweet Virginia's Perique, Turkish, and fire-cured mahogany Kentucky. And it's interesting. So somebody vote for something. Cobblestone or Firestorm? You can't master anything that's dead because you've already mastered it, Tim. If you can kill it, you've mastered it. And I'm not gonna. I don't want to sue you, Tim. It's just a joke. Let's see. We got a vote for hiking. Stewards of the Earth. I think it was something like that. Thorzak's, but I can't remember. Firestorm. I'm going to have an equal number of votes for both, aren't I? Fire, hiking, Firestorm. Firestorm pulls ahead. Firestorm, fire. I'm getting a lot of votes for Firestorm. You know what? I'll probably have time to do both. So let's start off with Firestorm. And again, I want to thank my buddy Couch for sending this to me. The interesting thing about this, so first off, you guys know I'm not a Virginia smoker. And this is what it looks like. It is not aromatic at all. It actually has a very almost McClellan-y vinegary kind of smell to it. And it has the most interesting flavor profile that I think I've run into in tobacco, because this has no topping. I'm convinced that this is not topped. It's cased, but it's not topped. Just the right level of moisture out of the tin. And burns really well. Just a really nice, easy to smoke tobacco. What's interesting about it is it has a very, very obvious cinnamon flavor. And there's no cinnamon in it. This is just the way these different tobaccos are coming together. They're creating this cinnamon-like flavor. And it's got some really nice Perique in it too. So you get this cinnamon Perique retrohale, and it's something. I mean, if you haven't tried it. Now, having said that, it is a Virginia, and it is bright Virginias. So yeah, I don't like Virginias, Robert. They're boring. I'm a burly guy, but I do like vapors. So it's a lot of bright Virginias, and those are my least favorite because they tend to be very sharp, and this definitely has rough edges for me. It's not something I would want to smoke every day, but it's a really nice treat. And that cinnamon effect it's worth smoking just for that, just to get that, because it's such an unusual effect that this blend produces. Did Couch show up just in time to see me smoke Firestorm? How you doing, buddy? That's okay. Glad you could join us. So Zippo's suggesting to let Firestorm dry for about 15 minutes from the fresh tin. I haven't found the need for that, but it may smoke differently. Paul Johnson is asking, what's my favorite vapor? So we're talking about a pure Virginia Perique. I really like salty dogs. It's a little plug, hard to find, but that's really good stuff. There's a lot of good vapors. There's very few great vapors in my opinion, and salty dog is one of them. So if you told me I could only have one, that would be the one, and I'd probably smoke it, I don't know, 5 or 10 times a year, something like that. I don't like them all the time. I'm trying to remember the Cornell and Deal one, the bulk. I think it's Poplar Camp. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I think it's Poplar Camp. That is really good stuff for a vapor, cheap, well, inexpensive bulk Virginia Creek blend that gets really good with just a little bit of age. So that's a good one too. Texas Pipers having Solani aged Burley in another Peterson. Paul Johnson's putting in a vote for Cajun cake. You know, Paul, if I've had Cajun cake, I just don't remember it. I might. It seems like it's something I would have had at some point. But I know a lot of people do like that. Did not know the pipe smoking lawyer, Paul. Firestone. There was a lot of key burnt rubber. Good one, Ron. Gary Edminster saying pipe lawyer hasn't posted anything for 7 years. Virginia Flake is a vapor. I don't know what Virginia Flake you're referring to, Thorzax, but if it's got Perique in it, it's a vapor. If it's just a straight Virginia, then it's not. That's another really good one, Texas Piper. Bayou Morning Flake. Yeah, that would be high up on my list. Yeah, Salty Dogs is there's something special about that one. It's really good. Doctors and lawyers make a living of practicing. Yeah, I think they'd get it right after a while. So Rivera, what do you call a doctor that graduates bottom of his class? Doctor. Yep. Another vote for Bayou Morning Flake from Portsmouth Piper. Luxury Bullseye Flake. Yeah, I don't know that one. Luxury. Oh no, wait, I do know that one. It does have Black Cavendish in it, but it is a Virginia Perique. Yeah, that's actually one that I like quite a bit. I've got a lot of that aged. Wonderful stuff after 5 or 6 years. And the Black Cavendish, that doesn't exclude it from being a vapor as long as it's a Virginia Perique. Barking Dog. I've heard a lot about that, Gary, but I've never had it. Paul Johnson, no. I'm just going to say no to that. Okay, so it's dominion. Well, if you have dominion over something, that doesn't mean you have to protect it. That means you dominate it. But anyway, Tim, I'm disagreeing to disagree. I'm not anti-environment. But I'm not a tree hugger. I do think we should take care of things, but I don't think we should take care of things at the expense of progress or at the expense of being able to live. Yeah, Doug, I've heard that controversy about Orlick Golden Slices. I've never detected perique in that, but I know a lot of people swear it's in there. I know you're not angry, Tim. I'm not angry either. I just I want to make sure we stay that way, buddy. And folks, this is a warning. If you do not sign up to join in on the I Hate Roger Goodell tasting, it'll just be Tim and I, and we'll probably wind up arguing over interpretations of Genesis and the commandment to have dominion over the earth. So if you want to avoid that, send me an email at canerodpiper@gmail.com. You get a free sample of tobacco, and you get to be on YouTube. Who could ask for anything more? Yeah, Gary, they do tend to come and go. I mean, that's just kind of life. I think sometimes about the guys that were really active when I got started, which wasn't that long ago. It's 5 or 6 years now, I guess. And I don't think many of them are still around, if any. I mean, the only one that I'm sure of, well, there's a couple. But they're few, very few. Oh, that's interesting, Doug. Thank you for that tip. So you can get Luxury Bullseye is actually being sold by Davidoff under a different name. Interesting. All right, Zippo, thank you. I'll look for that email. Jim, you have a great weekend too, buddy. Take care, my friend. Oh, good luck, Ron. Good luck. Yeah, you wouldn't like my Dominion, Phil. NC Piper, hello. Glad you're listening in while you drive. Drive safely. That's one of the things I truly love about these Friday night shows. My wife usually asks me, she didn't ask me tonight, but she usually asks me when I say, okay, I got to go get things set up. She'll say, what are you going to talk about tonight? And most of the time my answer is, I don't know. And I just, sometimes I think about something, I have a bit of a topic, but I often do that and don't get to it because some other things come up. I just love that we can get together and chat like this, and it's always entertaining. So, Tim Fournier, Genesis, Peter Gabriel, 2 Genesis, Phil Collins. Yeah, I didn't like it much with Phil Collins. It was too poppy for me. I did like the original. And I like Peter Gabriel solo. All right, Thorzax, thank you, David. I really appreciate it. You take care and have a great weekend, buddy. Yeah, that's right, Phil. You certainly are in that group. Paul, Drop Bear. Yeah. There's a few others I can think of, but and that's normal. People get started in this and they think it's all great, and then they realize that life has other things. I'll get to that in a second, Tim. Life has other things in store for them, and they just don't have the time for it, or maybe they just lose interest. That's okay. We tend to have a core group that turns over slowly, and that's nice because you get to know people. But I think, having been in like fly tying and fly fishing communities, online communities, this is really something unique, and it's good that we have the time with the people when they do have the time to spend with us. Tim, that is hilarious, but that's exactly the point I want to make. Tim says I should tell my wife that we're just going to talk about Jesus and Genesis. If I told her that, she wouldn't have believed it, and it wouldn't have happened. And that's what I love about this. I have no idea, and we always wind up talking about something interesting. Paul Johnson is smoking a Bones 21 pipe of the year. Really can't beat them for the price. Great smoke. Good deal there, Paul. So Phil likes Genesis better than Phil Collins solo. I would agree with that. Not much about Phil Collins I do like, to be honest. Yeah, Doug, I get that many companies actually commission the top blenders to make their blends. So, and it's often just an existing blend that's replaced, whether the name is replaced. Hey, Doug, do you know anything about these cobblestone outdoor blends? This hiking, which I will smoke a bowl of after I finish the Firestorm. But it's a really beautiful burley flake, and that, that's not made by some new upstart company. That's got to be something blended by. It's from Germany, so I'm thinking K&K, but I'd be really curious to know if anyone knows what that is. It's reminiscent of some of the Solani flakes. Yeah, Phil, YTP syndrome indeed. It does pull you in a lot of directions. Nelly, the stubby gent, is still going strong. Fantastic. So glad to hear that. I didn't make many of those, but they were a lot of fun. Amen, Robert. That's one of the wonderful things about it. It is K&K Big Country Bar. All right, Paul Johnson, stay warm there in that terrible 62-degree San Diego weather. You have a great weekend, buddy. cobblestone. What is Eric doing? Cobblestone hiking, Eric. If that's what you're. Yeah, I've heard K&K, and Cole said K&K. I don't think it's Dan. I don't think it is, but it's good stuff. Yeah, Phil, you're right. It's got some of that Edgeworth quality to it, but it doesn't have any of the cocoa topping kind of thing going on. And the Wessex. I don't know. It's good. It's really good stuff, and it's fairly cheap too. It's only like 10 something a tin here in the U.S. Everett Young is saying it's blended by Kohlhaas and Kopp, and that he told me that the other day. Well, Everett, I didn't trust you. No, I forgot, Everett. I just forgot. When I said I've heard that, I guess that's where I heard it. Sorry, buddy. Portsmouth Piper is saying Cobblestone or Sutliff, so McBaron essentially. I don't know about that, Mark. I do think it's in Germany. I think Everett is right, and the other folks are right. It's definitely K&K. But the question is, what is it? You know, is it one of these other blends that gets named something different? So Eric's saying that it is tobacco of the gods. Made in Germany by the same guys who make Wessex and Solani. Oh, Tim, that's kind of you, but I don't know if I'd enjoy it, to be honest. The vintage half and half. I'd rather you, because that's, you're not going to have much more of that. And I've got so much Burley here that I'd feel bad taking it from you. But thank you for the offer. Ian Estad, good night, my friend. Have a good weekend, Robert. You think there's molasses in it, Phil? I didn't see that. If I read it, it's manufactured by Kohlhaas and Kopp, so that answers that question, as Everett tried to tell me. The only ingredient on mine is, it says it contains nicotine, and it's 0% domestic, 100% foreign grown tobacco. That's all that it says on mine. Welsh Piper 62 got some Newminster 400 Superior in order. So let's please on this plan. I think I've had that, but it's been a really long time, Welsh Piper. Yes, it does say K&K on the back, Eric. Yes, I was an idiot for asking. Welsh Piper 62. I think it was you that wanted to see this. I did not have last time, but this is the Pelican tin. Kind gift from my buddy Brian Doran. So hopefully you had a chance to see that. And well, Tim, if you want to throw a like a bowl's worth in a baggie and send it to me when we do the I Hate Roger Goodell shipments, I'd be happy to try a bowl of it, but I don't, no more than that, because like I said, it's just going to wind up getting lost in all the other stuff. So, but I'd be happy to try a bowl. Phil's losing tins by hanging here? Sorry about that, Phil. Ah, Patches Seller, how you doing tonight? Doug Owen has been lusting for years after a Peterson 4AB, like the one that Rathbone smoked. Tapered mouthpiece and straight-sided billiard bowl shape. Is it a bent, Doug, or is it? I say straight-sided billiard bowl, but is it a bent billiard? I can't picture Rathbone smoking a straight pipe. Yeah, it might be the plugs might be different, Portsmouth Piper. I don't know. All right, Welsh Piper 62. Well, glad I could show it to you, buddy. Everett Young's going to light up some hiking now. All right, Tim. Thank you. David Charlesworth is asking if I experience tongue bite and how do I prevent it. No, never have really, and I chalk that up to cadence. You know, one of the things I learned really early on pipe smoking is that I can't smoke every pipe the same way, and I can't smoke any pipe the way I necessarily want to. I have to smoke it the way the pipe wants to be smoked, and I've just never had an issue with tongue bite. Now, there are folks that say they can't smoke certain tobaccos, they bite them. Some folks say they can't smoke any tobaccos, they bite them, unless they use a filter, and that might be down to some personal chemistry type thing. So we can't, I can't speak to that, but it's just one of these things where, pipe smoking is a big umbrella of lots of different people experiencing things in different ways. So not everybody's going to like the same blend. Not everybody's going to like to smoke with a filter. Not everybody's going to like to smoke without a filter. Not everybody's going to like corn cobs. It's okay. We're all pipe smokers. Canadian and Lovett shapes are now Couch's favorite. Jay Mouton has changed his life. I don't know. That recent was that a Canadian or a Lovett? But that pipe is beautiful, Couch. So it's a system pipe with a P-lip well under the shank. Okay. Yeah, Christian, I'm sure that you're having some of that cold too. So Tim's of the school of thought where you have to burn your tongue until it just stops burning. You need to get a callus on your tongue, like a guitar player needs calluses on his fingertips. That's actually not good advice. Gotcha, Doug. So did you get one, Doug? Did you get one of the pipes of the year? It's interesting, this firestorm, as it, I'm down to like the last third of the bowl now. And it really does change a lot. I mean, I'm not getting the cinnamon anymore, but I'm getting very strong perique. And at this point, it's just like a really solid vapor. There's a lot of wisdom in that sailor. He's saying that he's perfectly happy with readily available blends like Cornell and Deal and GLPs, and European tobaccos are too expensive and not always available. And I'm with you on that. I enjoy trying different things now and then, but I'm not somebody that's going to chase it. You know, if this hiking, well, again, it was a gift, but I was interested in trying it. But if it becomes hard to get, I got plenty of other blends that'll fill its place. David Charlesworth, how often do you clean your pipe after every smoke? If you're asking me, no, sir. I will smoke a pipe multiple times a day. I will run a pipe cleaner through it when necessary, and then I'll clean it before I put it back on the rack. That might be the same evening, that might be the next day, it might be a week later. I'm not real careful about that, and it's been perfectly fine for over 30 years. I know there's people that think that's anathema. What works for you, you know? All right, Zippo, you have a great weekend, buddy. Oh, Eddie's asking about the Latakia phase. Well, Eddie, I finished the Black Frigate, and I've decided I'm gonna put the Pelican aside. I mean, that's something special. I don't want to just smoke through that. I'll probably have, you know, maybe a bowl a month or something. And right now I don't have any other Latakia blends open because I just opened these 2 tins. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind some, but ask me next week and I might be saying, yuck, why would you want to smoke that stuff? It's weird how this happens now. It seems to be happening every year where I just suddenly get this craving and it lasts for a while and then goes away. Stratman, I did not get a Virtual Pipe Club pipe. They look very interesting. I think they're a meerschaum bowl, like a meerschaum poker bowl, and it looks like it might be a carbon fiber shank. But I don't know much about them. They look like interesting pipes, though. Oh, that's cool, Doug. You got number 3. That is really cool. Glad you got it, buddy. Piper said, what's a pipe cleaner? Yes, Welsh Piper, it did look like a marshmallow. No, Texas Piper, the 2022 blend does not get Latakia or aromatics because I'm so sensitive to those that's all I'll taste. So I can't do that. All right, we've got 15 minutes or so left, and I promised to do some cobblestone hiking. So let's got a little Crown Achievement billiard. So it's really beautiful flakes, and they rub out nicely. Again, the moisture content seems fine to me. I would imagine there are folks that would want to dry it a bit, but I rarely do that. I'm just kind of balling it up, and then I kind of roll it into the pipe, let it spread out a little bit. Should be good. Got something else I want to show you tonight. Oh, I just splashed myself. So I have, if you're on Instagram, you saw a post today. It's actually really been a great little addition to my pipe smoking stuff. The little tray that James Stumbo made for the Justin Aldrich auction, Cliff Higgins purchased it and then gave it to me as a gift, which I am extremely appreciative of. I've started using that on the little table next to my chair upstairs. And I keep on that one of those little leather pipe stands, my jar of haunted bookshop, tampers, my lighter, and a box of matches in case the lighter stops working and I don't feel like getting up to refill it. And I also keep a little mason jar that I use as an ashtray, which is actually something I started doing a few years ago, and it's great because you empty it out, you close it up, and there's no smell from the ashtray. And the nice thing about this little tray is I can pick the whole thing up and put it on my lap. So when I'm filling my pipe or anything, any tobacco that I drop, if I'm cleaning out the pipe, any ash that I drop, it lands on the tray, and it's great. And I just, once a week I'll go and take everything off of it, clean it off, and it's really worked out well. But what I've been having an issue with is matches, and the reason is, I get these matches, like when I went to Boswell's, I got a box of matches. When I go to a cigar shop, I get matches, and they're wonderful. They nice, robust, light with one shot, and they're fantastic. But then I buy matches, and they're terrible. They're thin, they snap when I'm trying to light them, they flare up like crazy when they light. They're just not good quality products anymore, and I've been trying to find some good quality matches. I think I have. Tim, I would love that, especially the reminiscing part. Chronicles of a Pipe Maker. How you doing, buddy? Just read something about tongue bite. Boy, when I first started, tongue bite for like months. Used to call me Sizzler Bacon Tongue. Yeah, I mean, it takes a while to sort of get the cadence down and stuff, and hopefully that's what worked for you. But it's a problem that a lot of beginner pipe smokers do tackle with. So anyway, these are the matches that I found, and these are called 3-star safety matches. Got them on Amazon, and they're actually not bad. I mean, they're not super thick, but they're strong, and they light really nicely. There's not a huge flare, and so if you're like me and you've been looking for some good quality ones, I recommend giving them a shot. Exactly, Eddie. It's like a TV dinner tray, but for pipes. Yeah, those diamond matches just are terrible, Eddie. I mean, I've actually had it where I've gone to strike the thing, and the darn match cracks as it's lighting, and it throws the lit head of the match across the room. That's nice. So these, I forget how much they were. I bought a pack of 20, and I got them on Amazon. It wasn't very much. It was like $10 or $12. And a couple days to get them here. That really, I recommend giving them a shot. 3-star. Swan Vesta, yeah. Okay, so you stock 3-star now. Good to know that, Doug. I thought I discovered them, but I'm not surprised you discovered them first. The Swan Vestas are like legendary, and they were hard to get for years. I guess that you could have gotten them better through your, your contacts, and probably ordering in bulk and things like that. But for just regular guys, they were hard to find for many years. They might be Swedish, Christian. I honestly don't know. Maybe if I read it, because that worked with the tobacco. Made by Jönköping Vulcan Company in Jönköping, Sweden. Yes, they are Swedish. See, reading is a good thing. Yeah, it is dangerous, Patrick. Especially when your wife's in the room and she gives you that look. Ohio Blue Tip is also going, Gary. Big Dave, the permanent match is great, but I find that it just doesn't hold the fuel for very long. So, I'd like to be able to fill that and keep it. And I actually do have it on the tray. With the idea being if my lighter doesn't light, I got that as a backup. But usually if the lighter doesn't light, the permanent match doesn't light either. So that hasn't been really a good backup plan. And I know, before you say it, Northwest Pipe Smoker, I could buy a Bic. I know. I've got one in my car. Yeah, Swan, apparently you just can't get Swan Vestas in the US for some reason. So you've had the snapping problem too. Almost set the dog on fire. Wow, Doug. Tim's reeling in the years. Stowing away the time. Rosebud matches. I do not remember them, Steve. I knew it was coming, Tom. I knew it was coming. Fred Flintstone's Rosin Rock Lighter. That sounds like it would be the best. Yeah. That's true, Welsh Piper. We gotta, maybe we can work out some kind of a trade where we'll send you. We not only have great tobacco, we have great cheap tobacco. That's so. To be honest with you, given that or Swan Vesta matches, I'll take the tobacco. The hiking, Clarence, it's got a good. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say strong, but meaty burley profile. I mean, you're smoking burley, and that's good. I can't say if it's not overpoweringly strong in taste. Yeah, Big Dave, I don't want to even think about what I could get into collecting if I went to wooden matches. But I wouldn't be collecting, I would be gathering. Fred and Barney do smoke Winston cigarettes. I've seen the commercial. Sorry, Welsh Piper. Yeah, if any of you guys have had either the Wessex Burley Slythe, the Solani Age Burley, or Edgeworth, it's got a lot of characteristics of all of those. But it's its own blend. I don't think it's any of those. Hiking can be exhausting, Tim. We gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, I don't know, Doug. The EPA might be involved there. Everybody look what's going round, Tim? I think it's round or down, something like that. We still have strike anywhere matches, Steve, but they don't really strike anywhere anymore. Eddie, that's a great question. I do have a 7-day rotation, and that's usually where I start, and then I'll add in another pipe later in the day, and that's kind of randomly selected from the others. But there are days when I get up and I say, I don't want that pipe today, I'm going to pick something else off the rack. There are also weeks, and I'm embarrassed to admit this being a guy who tells people how to maintain and clean their pipes, there are weeks when I go through the 7-day rotation and Monday comes around and I haven't cleaned them yet, and then I have to pick something different. That's just the way I do it, and I'm not suggesting you do that, but such is life. So Eddie, it's a completely random process. So when I get a new pipe, I put it in that rotation so that I'm smoking it at least once a week, and I'll sometimes smoke it a lot more than once a week until I'm comfortable with it. And then it can go on the side and just come in when I think about it. But I got to go through that break-in period. Yeah, Big Dave, there is some really neat history behind that, and match safes are in particular really cool. But I don't need to start gathering anything new. Is round? Okay. The strike anywheres, Steve, are, I think they're red with a blue tip. I think that's right. Well, folks, we are coming up on 9:30 here, so I'm going to tie things up. Been great chatting with you all. Really have enjoyed it. Hope you all have a great weekend and a fantastic week ahead. Again, I don't know for certain if I'm going to be here Friday. My guess is it's like a 20% chance I'll be here, 80% chance I won't. My wife is protective, and she loves me, so I gotta do what she tells me. So probably won't see you next week, but I'm holding out hope, so I'm gonna keep that 20% available. If so, I'll look forward to talking to you. If not, please, I'll try to do something during the week and come back the next Friday, because I'll really look forward to that. All right, you all take care now. Let me finish up the drink. And I will speak to you all again very soon. Take care, guys.